Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how to improve your public speaking skills, and I'm going to give some background on how I've focused on improving my public speaking for more than half of my life. Before we get to the content, please be sure to like this video, subscribe so you can get more content in oil and gas and professional development topics, and please be sure to comment on the video below on the YouTube platform so I can incorporate your feedback into future videos. Please be sure to hit that notification bell when you do subscribe because I upload every Friday and every Sunday. Every Friday is a professional development topic, and every Sunday is a technical review. Well, let's get to the content. Now, as I mentioned to you, I'm going to give you some background on how I've improved my public speaking skills for more than half my life. I started focusing on public speaking when I joined a speech and drama class when I was in the 6th grade. And it was a required class for all of us, but that was something that I've kept in the back of my mind that I should be focusing on my public speaking skills. I also did theater when I was in the 6th and 7th grade, so being somebody that was extroverted may not have been very natural to me, but it's something that I have practiced on and I worked on my enunciations. Fast forward to high school. Now in high school, I joined the speech and debate team, and on the speech and debate team, you are trained not to focus on filler words, not to say ums and uhs, not to say so's. You are trained to speak in a refined manner. And when you're on the debate team, you also do speech stuff too. And speeches are individual speeches focused on a specific topic rather than debating with somebody. I did a lot of those events when I was in 9th grade all the way to 12th grade. And that refined my speaking skills, and that has also given me the feedback that I needed from people. Lots of concentrated feedback that you end up getting whenever you do give a speech, except in this case you give tons and tons of speeches, so you get tons and tons of feedback. Then when I went to university, I joined the speech team in university. So I didn't do debate, I did speech. So these are individual events where you focus on a specific topic to talk about and you give a speech. I competed for 4 years and I was on a team. So again, you get more concentrated feedback. You learn how to refine your speaking skills. You learn how to demand a room. You learn how to hold yourself, how to be confident, all that fun stuff. It's drinking out of a fire hose, to say the least, when you're competing in a public speaking contest. And it is a very rewarding experience, though, that I'll have to say. When I graduated from university, there isn't a speech team that I could join. I was left to my devices and how I can focus on my public speaking skills. How do I stay afresh with those public speaking skills that I learned and worked so hard on at a young age? Well, that's what this video is going to be about, in how I continue to improve my public speaking skills and how this might help you in your public speaking, in your communication journey. First tip I'm going to say, and this is something that you've probably heard a lot, but you have to keep practicing, even if you don't feel like it. What I end up doing is I devote at least one public speaking opportunity per month, whether if it is at a local event, whether if it is Toastmasters. I try to keep myself on my toes by knowing that I have to present or have to deliver to some group of people in the future. That makes me practice, and practice makes perfect. Now, if you overload yourself with practicing opportunities, you can improve your public speaking skills. You get into the habit of not using those bad habits for public speaking, for instance. And even if you don't feel like it, I can guarantee you that it's a cathartic experience whenever you do practice. It's good for you and it's good for the people that you end up speaking to. The next tip I'm going to give is join a public speaking organization. Again, when I graduated, I was left to my devices and I was trying to figure out, where do I go to improve my public speaking skills, or to at least maintain whatever I've worked so hard on for the past 8, 10, 12 years. That's where I found Toastmasters. Toastmasters is an organization where you can improve your public speaking skills. It's an international organization, so there are people from all over the world that work on their communication, work on their confidence, the same skill sets that I learned when I was competing in public speaking competitions between universities or between high schools. I strongly suggest you join a public speaking organization to focus on your skills and to go back to what I said about practicing to help you practice on your skills. Joining a public speaking organization also gives you a sense of community, and a sense of community gives you a sense of motivation. This next tip I'm going to talk about is very similar to what I mentioned before regarding practicing, but being comfortable with the uncomfortable. Public speaking is not an easy task for everybody, and you may have heard the notion that you picture everybody in their underwear, which is really weird. I don't think people really understand why just picturing everyone in your underwear can make you feel comfortable when talking to other people. It might make people laugh, it might scare people, for instance. But you have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable when it comes to public speaking. I sign myself up even though there are times I don't feel like doing something. But knowing that when I get to the other side after when I give a speech, it's a very cathartic moment. It's a very rewarding moment. Knowing that I let my thoughts known, knowing that I was able to practice on a skill set that I don't necessarily practice too much on nowadays is a rewarding experience for me. You have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable because that helps you grow, that helps you motivate, that helps you also celebrate your accomplishments too. So I would strongly suggest that in improving your public speaking skills, you have to mentally prepare yourself to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Another tip that I want to give is whenever you're practicing your public speaking, make sure you're practicing at the time you're going to give that actual public speaking event or public speaking speech. For example, if you have a speech that you're going to give in the evening at 7 p.m., try to practice days before at 7 p.m. That way you can gauge your energy levels, what you need to eat, and how exactly you're going to feel. What are your thoughts at that time? You can only imagine what the timing feels like when you time your speech at 7 p.m. versus how you do it at 8 a.m. I know whenever I give a speech at 7 p.m., I'm a lot more dragged out and the speech time ends up being a lot longer than when I give the speech in the morning and I'm hopped up on caffeine. So I strongly suggest you do that in order for you to know how long you're going to go whenever you are going to give a public speaking speech. The last tip I'm going to talk about is take every single speaking opportunity that you can get. It's a little bit selfish, but it ties back to practicing. It ties back to being comfortable with the uncomfortable, but this is the only way that you can grow when it comes to your public speaking skills. And it doesn't have to be a YouTube video. It doesn't have to be some grand event where you're speaking in front of 4,000 to 500,000 people. It could merely be just contributing your thoughts in a meeting. It could be giving a small presentation in front of 2 to 3 people at work. It could be talking to your husband. It could be speaking in front of your cats. I'm giving you personal examples now. But I strongly suggest you take every single opportunity that you can get in terms of public speaking opportunities, because that shouldn't intimidate you. And if it intimidates you, that should let you know that it's going to be an opportunity for you to grow, to motivate, and to celebrate. And that's a wrap, everyone. Those are the skills that I wanted to talk about and how to improve your public speaking skills. As usual, please be sure to like this video, subscribe so you can get more content in oil and gas and professional development topics, and please be sure to comment on the video so I can incorporate your feedback into future videos. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you in the next one.